The Virginia Arts Festival continues, and this week you have 3 opportunities to see and hear the brilliant mandolinist Chris Thile with the Virginia Symphony, conducted by the mercurial and also brilliant Eric Jacobsen, in a program of musical storytelling, beginning with Jessie Montgomery's depiction of the birth of the galaxy, Starburst, then Nikolai Rimsky-Korsakov's orchestral portrait of the storytelling enchantress Scheherazade of the Arabian Nights. Finally, Attention, a narrated song cycle for extroverted mandolinist and orchestra, composed by the very extroverted mandolinist in the house right now, Chris Thile. Can we talk about this piece that's been commissioned?
Sure.
Your extroverted mandolinist? Okay, so narrated song cycle for extroverted mandolinist and orchestra. So who cooked up this idea? This sounds like a story.
Well, Eric came to me long ago. Bless your persistence, Mr. Jacobsen. He kept asking me if there were a possibility of me writing something for myself with orchestra. You know, at first on behalf of just the night, right, Eric?
Yeah.
And I was thinking, and also our families are very close. The Jacobsen O'Donovans and the Thile Coffees. We vacation together and things like that. It's really lovely. And so sometimes we're up late at night, and Eric would be like, "Hey man, have you given any more thought about the idea of an orchestral piece?" And I finally had a thought. I knew my resistance to doing. I did it long ago in my mid-20s, and wrote what was competent, but I don't think a fully sincere mandolin concerto. I listen back and I don't hear a lot of myself. I hear a lot of the orchestral composers with whom I'm infatuated. I think the piece sounds more like me sort of paying homage to like Bartok and Stravinsky and things and people like that than it does sound like me. And so I think that therein lay my resistance to re-engaging with orchestral music. But thanks to Eric's persistence, I thought about it long and hard for a little while, and then came up with the idea that I think I want, instead of writing something for just mandolin and orchestra, where I still feel like I would have been in danger of pastiche, and again, like another kind of tribute piece to the great orchestral masters. I wanted to tell a story. What if I could harness the power of the orchestra to tell a story? And the more I thought about it, the more I realized it not just any story, but a story of mine, like a story that I actually tell people when it's story time, when you're, into the second or third cocktail and people are bringing out the corkers. What is that story? Like, could that be the way to a satisfying piece with me and an orchestra? And I thought that the story that I do tell when it's that time is this story of me. It's true. It's completely true. It's a story. I met the great actor Carrie Fisher on a rooftop bar in 2005. I was 24. We were at this retail merchants convention. She was there too, pitching, probably one of her memoirs or something like that. And we met on this rooftop bar. It's a crazy, crazy story, and I don't really want to give away more of it than that.
Is it you narrating?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes. So is the orchestra. So is the choir. We're all in it together.
Speaking now with mandolinist Chris Thile and conductor of the Virginia Symphony Orchestra, Eric Jacobsen, and they will collaborate this week for 3 performances for the Virginia Arts Festival: Thursday at Chrysler Hall in Norfolk, Friday evening at the Sandler Center for the Performing Arts in Virginia Beach, and Saturday evening at the Ferguson Center for the Arts in Newport News. Tickets are available at vafest.org for this concert featuring Jessie Montgomery's Starburst, Nikolai Rimsky-Korsakov's Scheherazade, and Chris Thile's Attention, a narrated song cycle for extroverted mandolinist and orchestra. Eric Jacobsen speaks of the universal power of storytelling within classical music.
What are we doing? How do we do classical music? How do we bring people into a hall whether it's for a specific genre. I think that when we talk about collaboration on this program, it's not within one piece. We're performing one of the greatest orchestral pieces ever written, the Rimsky-Korsakov's Scheherazade, on the first half, and we have one of the great American composers also on the first half, Jessie Montgomery, possibly the most performed classical composer in America today. And then we have Chris, and in some ways, this program is a collaboration from top to bottom rather than vertically during a piece. The Scheherazade, and the reason why we programmed this piece, which is a regularly performed piece by orchestras, is that it's all about storytelling. It tells this incredible story, of Scheherazade, who's forced into marriage with the Sultan who beheads or kills his wife every morning after their marriage for obvious reasons and takes a new wife. And Scheherazade figures out a way to save her own life and the lives of all of the women that would come after her by being a great storyteller. She literally just talks and tells stories to the Sultan until it's time to go to bed. But he doesn't want to go to bed. He just wants to hear more of the story. And so each night, when it's time for bed, he's like, I'll put it off one more day. I'll put it off one more day. Tell me another story. And in some ways, the great tradition of storytelling, the oral tradition of passing down history, of passing down, whether it's, factual or mythological, there's something so beautiful about that. And I think Chris's piece, though fully composed note for note from top to bottom, is that it's storytelling. And, yes, as Chris alluded, not to spoil the story, but this piece is a story. And it's just that. It's a story of something that happened in Chris's life, and it comes to life through music in the most remarkable way.
Eric Jacobsen, conductor of the Virginia Symphony Orchestra, discussing Attention, a narrated song cycle for extroverted mandolinist and orchestra, composed by the mandolinist Chris Thile. And you have 3 opportunities to hear that piece this week during the Virginia Arts Fest. That in a program also with Jessie Montgomery's Starburst and Nikolai Rimsky-Korsakov's Scheherazade. Tickets and information are available at vafest.org.